All righty, guys. Great to be in the Coliseum. I'm going to tell you, just to see the competitive nature that our kids played with today makes you a happy football coach. Challenged them early and reminded them that every time that we walk into this special place, there's an attitude that we bring with it. And I'm so happy that they brought that today. I could see from an energy level to a competitive level to a focus level. I thought they were absolutely awesome, and that's what coming here means to us. You know, as a family, we've had 9 opportunities to walk in this stadium, and those kids are 9-0, and that's the type of attitude that every time they walk in here, they represent the history of this place and they represent their city. So proud of that. Just injury-wise, we'll see Deontay checked out late there in the last session. I think he just got a ding of his head. I'll see where that is at. Biani's surgery went very well, and looks like he'll be ready for training camp probably first or second week. With that, I'll take any questions that you have.
When they took a knee there, that's what you were doing, is explaining to them about the Coliseum.
Yeah, we grabbed dirt and reminded ourselves how special this place is. You know, 11 national championships, 496 individuals drafted into the NFL. Think about the history of this place. World Series played here, Super Bowl played here, President's been inaugurated here, Olympics here. The history of this place and what this stadium represents, every time you walk into it, you're honoring it by the way you compete. You know, and I just wanted to remind them of that, and obviously they stepped up today and did it. Very proud of them.
Anything or anyone in particular stand out during that red zone period down here?
I tell you who had a wonderful day was Michael Pittman. He was put in some one-on-one situations all day, and I thought he did an absolutely tremendous job, and really made a huge play down there against a good corner in Jack, and made a huge play to set the tone of that last overtime period is what we were working, overtime situation. So really nice job by him today. The other thing that I felt defensively, they are really getting honed in with their pressures. We spent one period on nothing but pressures because I wanted to see how we would handle it both offensively and defensively. I was impressed with the aggressiveness of the defense. I also was very impressed by the starting quarterback, how he got the ball out on time, didn't take sacks, found where the pressure was coming to, re-slid a couple protections, knew where he's hot, and got the ball out to the correct guy. So it was great work on both sides of the ball.
Where has Wale made the biggest strides in this past 6 months or so?
I just think from fundamental and technique-wise, he was just such a great athlete, gifted athlete that didn't use a lot of fundamentals and technique, and now he's learned those things, especially in his pass rush skills. I mean, he is a hard man to block. When 42's on one side, 99's on the other, I mean, that's hard for tackles because the amount of speed that's coming off the edge. He's always been cat-like quick. Now you add fundamentals and technique, doing a nice job.
He was saying that when he first got here, he didn't really like the X's and O's stuff as much, but has kind of learned to appreciate it. And as whenever he can catch an hour or so in the film room, he does. Have you seen him around more, doing more of that stuff?
I tell you, one thing that he knew is there's guys had played a lot more football than him. You know, you think about his background and where he came from. You know, he actually got 2 years of football, you know, at Sarah High School. Some kids have been playing since they're 5 years old, you know, so he was playing catch up as far as learning the game, and he's put in overtime. I tell you, from his own film study to, you know, working, you always see him working extra after practice and before practice. He's really trying to be a student of the game, so proud for him. Obviously, it's paying off. You can see tremendous strides.
We're hearing a lot of the defensive guys talking about film study. How much? I don't know if we have heard that as much in the past. Is there a big emphasis on getting into the film room for the defense?
Yeah, I tell you who started that, and I got a credit to, is Mike Hutchings. I thought Mike last year did a wonderful job of being able to say, hey, everybody get in here. Well, let's study our opponent and study our fundamentals and technique. And it was amazing in the second half of last year to be able to see him call out plays by formation, by back alignment, and guys recognized that, and I think more guys came in. So started with a senior captain and has really become a tradition among the defense, which is nice to see.
Were Andrew Voorhees and Biggie, were they sidelined today?
Yeah, Andrew's got a back that really tightened up on him. We'll see how that goes. That will probably take, usually when your back locks up, it takes more than a day. So he may not practice the rest of spring. We'll see. Biggie had a grade 1 shoulder sprain. I would imagine he would be back Saturday or Tuesday. It was just, he got individual drills and 7-on-7, but didn't want to put him in any contact situations.
Nico Falla also got live drills in the first team.
Yeah.
Was he testing things out today?
Yeah, today he had been doing individual drills and he progressed to the next step. We wanted to get 10 snaps of live work and see how the back held up. I actually talked to him right towards the end of practice. He said it felt great, so that's a very positive sign that hopefully the back's getting a little bit better and he's getting a little bit more core strength to help him.
With Jack Jones, a guy who has the ability to play a lot of roles and make a lot of plays, Ronnie was saying he was talking to him about trying to be boring first. How far along is he to being boring before all the other things?
He's not. It's hard for him to be a boring guy. He's got a great personality and loves to compete. And but he's got a lot of work to do. His ceiling is so high because of his natural God-given ability. But I even told him at the end of practice, I said, understand that they're gonna go after you. You're the young buck, that's going to be out there, and they're going to come straight after you. So you're going to have to not live on just athleticism. You better learn technique and fundamentals, and you really better buy into the coaching that goes along with that, because these guys that you're playing against are going to be really good. But hope maybe one day he'll just be simple Simon Board. But right now he's pretty electric.
Is there something about him that the guys do like going after? It seemed like Michael Pittman was celebrating that one pretty hard.
Well, he's got that corner swagger about him, and he is ultra competitive, and and the kids like to compete against him, and that's we call that iron sharpens iron. A pro sharpens a pro, and it's only going to make you better. So whether it's Juju Smith going against Torrey Jackson, that's as good as it gets. Jack's going to be going up against Michael Pittman and Tyler Vaughn's. Those are two great receivers, and those are as good at players as he'll see all year. So to see that competitive level is only going to make him better.
One more. Is there any update on Matt Meister?
No, status quo right now, Scott.
Is Kerry Angeline carving out a bigger role with the way he's performing in spring?
Yeah, Kerry, after I thought the redshirt year really helped him, one from a strength and weight wise, he's almost up to about 245 pounds right now, and you see how big a target he is. Has always been a natural pass receiver, a natural pass catcher. Where he's trying to get better at him is really in run blocking. It wasn't asked to do a ton of it in high school, kind of a lot like Daniel Mortabebe. Those guys were flex wide receivers that you knew were going to grow into 245, 250 pound men. So his strength is the pass catching. His room for growth is to work on the offensive line where it gets down and dirty, and he's working towards that.
Okay.
All righty, guys. Thank you so much.